Little did Song Jiaoren know, this day in 1913 would redraw the map of power in a fragile republic. He stepped onto the wooden platform at Shanghai's South Station on the morning of March 20th, 1913, a confident, plain-spoken leader of a party that had just won a commanding share of China's first parliamentary elections. Song Jiaoren, architect of the Kuomintang's electoral campaign and an ardent champion of constitutional government, believed victory at the ballot box could constrain the man who held the presidency.
We have to go.
Yuan
I'm afraid. What if they
Shikai.
find us?
The context was urgent.
We
The
must stand
Qing
united in this
dynasty had
decisive
fallen
hour.
only 2
Our
years
resolve will
before.
carry us forward to victory.
Revolutionary
Let us move
fervor
forward
had
together.
given way to the hard bargaining of institutions, assemblies, cabinets, constitutions. Song,
We
a
have to
trained
move
lawyer
now.
and charismatic
Agreed.
organizer,
This way.
argued that the premiership and a strong parliament would prevent one man from remaking China his own. Yuan, a military strongman who had steered the republic's birth, had different ideas.
Stay back or you're next!
Moments after
He's
boarding
rolling,
a
grab
train,
him!
Song was struck by 2 bullets. Witnesses later described a sudden collapse, the clatter of panic in a
Hold
crowd
steady.
that could only
We're almost
watch.
there.
He
He's
lingered
breathing.
alive
Keep
for
moving.
2 days
This way
and
to the
died
exit.
on March 22nd.
Almost there.
The country was stunned. Its best hope for parliamentary government had been felled on a city platform. Police quickly arrested a man named Wu Shiying,
Rest now.
who
We are
confessed
here.
to the shooting
Is he
and
stable?
implicated
He will be.
intermediaries. But the criminal
breathing
trail
easier?
soon braided
Yes,
into
the
politics.
steam is helping.
His color
Song's
is
friends
returning.
and the public pointed fingers at
Don't worry.
Yuan Shikai
Everything will be all
and
right.
members of his inner
Thank
circle,
you.
Rest now.
alleging
We're
they
here.
had ordered the hit to prevent Song from becoming prime minister and obstructing Yuan's consolidation of power. The official
So,
investigation and
去哪里？
trial would deepen
别废话，跟我
rather
们走。
than quiet
我做了
the
什么？
suspicions. Key witnesses
We have a
vanished
suspect in the
or were
forgery case.
intimidated.
Can you confirm the
Testimony
identity?
was
Not at this
contradictory,
time. More details.
and the legal process faltered under pressure from the president's government. Those who had the most to gain from Song's death, senior officials aligned with Yuan, escaped conviction. Historians have
Proof
long
this section
noted
now.
that the
Headlines
pattern of
updated.
obstruction
Copy that.
and the
Rollers are
swift
hot.
political advantage Yuan gained made the allegation
time
of his
has come.
involvement persuasive
I
to
understand.
contemporaries and later scholars alike. The conspiracy, as it took shape, was not a single gunman acting alone, but a network of
precedents
motive
are clear.
and opportunity.
Yes, but we
A
must consider the
president
new
anxious
evidence.
to neutralize
Agreed.
a
Let's
parliamentary
review it.
majority.
Your Honor, members of the
Ministers
panel,
who
the evidence
stood to
clearly
keep their
shows my client
positions
acted
in an
lawfully. I
executive
urge you to
centered
consider this and
regime,
return a verdict of not.
and a justice system insufficiently independent to follow the evidence where it led. The murder wasn't merely an assassination. It was a political act that exposed how fragile Republican
Gentlemen, the
safeguards
situation
were
demands our immediate
in the
attention.
face of military and
Vigilance is
bureaucratic
paramount.
power.
We move at dawn.
Public grief
Gentlemen, the
turned
enemy
to
advances.
alarm.
We must act now.
Song's death
are your
fractured
orders?
whatever
Mobilize the
trust
troops.
remained
Secure
in
the
the new
border.
institutions.
Understood.
Political
Sir, any
leaders who
comment
had
on the
hoped to build
allegations?
democracy
No
through
questions at this
persuasion
time.
now
about the
confronted a
inquiry?
presidency willing to bend or break rules. Within 2 years, the parliamentary experiment was hollowed out.
Ladies and
Yuan
gentlemen of the jury, the
concentrated
prosecution has
authority,
not met their burden.
sidelined opponents,
You must find the
and by
defendant not guilty.
1915 to 1916, attempted to crown himself emperor, an ambition that would fail but leave the republic weakened. The repercussions were long and tragic. The silence left by Song's murder cleared space for warlordism, factionalism, and repeated cycles of violent power struggles. For those who had believed in ballots over bayonets, the
powder
railway
confirms
platform
it.
killing
This is the
became a
site.
bitter symbol.
We must move now
When
before they do.
institutions are
I'll
young
gather the
and
team.
forces ready, murder can be more than crime. It can be policy. Today, historians sift through the documents, confessions obtained under pressure, and
To our
suspicious
alliance.
deaths of officials
To
who
our
might have known
future
too much.
And to
The
prosperity.
case remains a
And to
seminal
good
lesson
company.
in modern Chinese
Cheers.
history. The assassination of Song Jiaoren was not just the act of a lone gunman, but a turning point in a wider conspiracy of power. A moment when the dream of constitutional government was slammed back by
This
expediency
date matches the
and
ledger
fear.
entry.
The
and the
photograph
signature is
of
identical.
Song, ordinary in dress and serene in expression, endures. It reminds us that the fate of nations can hinge on a single platform, a single bullet, and on the choices of the powerful when the rule of law is still being born. Like and subscribe for more videos like this.